say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing out, their bumpers taking out, yet through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home and
And welcome everybody to the Relentless Racing Series. As we're trying to get this thing up and running. Some obvious technical difficulties here tonight. And should be up and running. Do apologize again, a couple of technical difficulties. Just trying to get this thing going. These guys being very kind, starting this race under caution for us. Well, nonetheless, it looks like we are ready to go. So, my name is Chris, and joining me as normal is my good friend Rick. Rick, how are you tonight, bud?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing? Happy Friday.
Couldn't have come at a better time. I'll promise you that, as you know. It's been a week. Well, here we are. We've got, well, not a lot of drivers out there. So, let's go over the starting field. Again, these guys kind enough to let it roll under caution here. So we'll go under the starting order. On the pole, the 45. That's Troy Leonard to his outside. Doug Hess in second spot. Nate Stewart in third. Zach Taylor in the 14 in fourth place. Derek Garrison starting in fifth spot at his number 11 car. Josh Kane. Josh, I know you're sick, and I can't believe you're out there, bud, getting IV earlier today. I hope you're feeling better soon. Thomas Wagner going to be starting seventh. Eighth spot belonging to Adrian Pedra. Gavin Jones, Chris Tate. And that is the field. We're ready to go. I'm assuming these guys will fold them in 2 by 2. Terry, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not just not feeling well. I'm actually feeling horrible. But we're going to get it done as much as we can here. Again, want to thank these guys for helping me out here a little bit. And, well, we're getting through it. They are folding in 2 by 2. We're going to get this thing up and rolling.
Came in at a good time there, Chris. These guys get ready to go. Green flag dropped. Everybody started going. Doug Hess that started second there, already out of the race here. So we have 7 cars out there on track tonight.
Tough night here. We are in, I guess we should probably say this. We're here in Martinsville. It's the Paperclip. And this track, as we know, that it's short. It's flat. A little bit of banking in there, but it's mostly flat. And that does cause some issues with these heavier cars sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys, it's tough to get around here in Martinsville. No matter what you're racing, I mean, the track is so narrow, Chris. And like you said, not much banking out there. So it's really, using up your tires and everything. And there's just not a lot of room out there. And tough. The Paperclip is tough, but hey, they got good hot dogs.
Yeah. Well, Troy Leonard gonna try and capitalize here tonight. He's leading the race. Nate Stewart in second spot in his number 13. Good to see Nate out there. Garrison rocking the Turn 3 Racing Network Toyota Supra, and right behind him, Zachary Taylor trying to take a peek to the inside. The 11 sitting in third spot. Taylor trying to take it away, couldn't do it. Starts falling back just a little bit. Adrian Pedra in the 78 running behind him. Thomas Wagner holding on to sixth spot. Heavy damage already on the 43. And poor Josh Kane, man. I was reading the Discord earlier on today, and guys like, well, I should be there on time. I just got to get a couple of IVs and hope the fever goes down, man.
Yeah, he's talking like a real racer. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get some IVs, get some fluid in me. It's gonna be a long race, and I'm like, dude, you have a temperature, you're not feeling good. Man.
Yeah. Maybe take the night off, man. But you know what? Short cars on the field. Yeah, it's gonna help them out in points. But Troy Leonard still up front. Got a little bit of a battle going on towards the rear. Adrian Pedra backs all the way up to Kane, and Kane feeling a little racy. Sometimes it is just a matter of getting some fluids.
I love seeing those pink numbers there in Garrison's car, Chris. Some of these guys out there driving for breast cancer awareness. That's what the month of October is all about there, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, good pickup, right? I knew there was something in the back of my head I was thinking, and you actually called it right there. The 13, Nate Stewart taking it down low. Troy Leonard having difficulties, but staying off the wall, and that's half the challenge here. So Leonard able to hold on and gives the lead to Nate Stewart, and the 11 of Derek Garrison starts rolling on in. That's very true, Terry. Josh Kane looking to make his debut run this Sunday night.
That's going to be exciting. That's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see that. Garrison did it last week. Now Kane's popping over, hitting them trucks. And Terry just saying, no, you got to watch the broadcast because Chris took some pictures this week. Hopefully he doesn't have time to edit them and get them in there until next week, maybe.
We'll see how I'm feeling and try and get that done. Top three cars, throw a blanket over them, man, because 13 is Stewart, Garrison right behind him, and Zach Taylor picking up a third place spot. And right now, you can see that these cars are feeling pretty comfortable on this track. They're letting it roll through the center just like you need to do. Top three kind of in a league of their own here right now.
Hey, no, I won't lie. Martinsville is not one of my favorite tracks, but yet it is. I mean, it's a very technical track. The thing I like about it, Chris, is that you can pass here. Very hard to do it on the corners because they're so narrow. And you gotta, everybody wants to be down there at the bottom. along the curbing. So you really got those really short front and back stretches to really work it through. So it's kind of fun if you can get the line down and start passing people one at a time, doing your thing, and then sneak in, cut in. But, you know, Martinsville, it's one of those tracks. I mean, I like it better than New Hampshire, I can tell you that. And we all know how much I love New Hampshire. It's our home track, baby.
Speaking of New Hampshire, that's where we're going to be Sunday night.
It is. Yeah, after Martinsville, I got to pack up the Hammond Hotel, get it up north. It's going to be cold, buddy, so bring your sweatshirt. I got my trjcarden.com t-shirt and sweatshirt on right now, as a matter of fact. Nice and warm. Just out of the dryer. I know. Rub it in. I will.
Boy, right now, Garrison is very fast. The kid is letting it roll through the corners, and it is working for him.
Hey, man, I think Chris should actually stay home from work tomorrow.
I'll be there.
What are you going to be doing, though? I mean, you can't do my truck tomorrow, okay?
I gotta get the pin.
Yes, there you go. Good. I gotta get my pinstriping off, okay?
Oh, we got one backed into the inside retaining wall. That is Josh Kane. Kane. Dead stop. He's able to get it back going, but not before the caution flag comes out. We'll go back and take a peek, see what happened to him. Just kind of went around Rick. Little lack of concentration because he's not feeling well would be my guess. But 28 does manage to get it back rolling again. Looks like he had it stalled there for a minute. Fires it back up and gets it rolling. So Josh Kane falls a lap as we're back live.
I can attest on how hard it is to actually race when you're not feeling well, Chris, especially if you're very dehydrated. You know, I'm not sure the setup that Kane has, but, you know, I've tried it a few times where I'm not feeling that good, but I really want to race, so I'll go down, I'll put on the VR and, you know, my racing shoes and my gloves, and I start going, and then all of a sudden it's just like, no, you can't do it. I mean, your mind just starts wandering, not feeling good. Definitely giving props out there to go out there and try it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's taking it out of me just to be here and I'm not racing. I can't imagine trying to hold that focus right now, Rick. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't have. I would have just called it a night. And I was almost there too, if you hadn't have called.
I'm sorry. You
would
have been mad at me if I didn't.
I would have. You're absolutely right. Depend on each other. It's kind of the thing, and there we are.
I mean, the only difference between you and I, though, is you usually don't call me. You just let me sleep, and then I feel bad the next day.
Well, I've done that before a couple of times. And I promise I wouldn't have done it tonight. I think that thing I've been fighting all week long is really starting to settle in now. I know the weekend's here, and I have a couple of plans. And ah, well. Don't cry for me, Argentina, or anybody else for that matter. I do want to
plans are to get some rest.
Do want to thank everybody for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're watching the Relentless Racing Series here from Michigan. It's going to be a long one, 220 laps. We're on lap 29 under caution. One lead change. Troy Leonard getting tight, and that allows the 13 and Nate Stewart underneath him for the pass. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to go back to the green. Short track action on a Friday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Man, the Relentless Racing Series trying to get it done for us. We are back under the green flag. Nate Stewart taking off. Looks like Tom Wagner had to go ahead and get himself a new tire. The 43 looking sharp out there one more time. And here comes Zach Taylor. He's got the inside of Garrison. And that could spell trouble for Garrison as he's set up to go backwards in a hurry. Tom Wagner now to the inside. Oh, Garrison gets tight on that outside lane and pushes up. That's going to allow not only Tom Wagner, but here comes Troy Leonard now to the inside.
Yeah, Garrison really not in the spot that I'd want to be, Chris. You don't want to get stuck out there on the outside like he is right now. I mean, if that was me, I'd almost just let off a little bit, cut in behind Troy there, as we're going to see what he's going to start doing. But both cars get a little tight. That's going to allow Pedro to come through and maybe make a peek on the inside there. Ooh, Pedro bumping into the number 11. One goes way up towards the outside wall.
Garrison tried to close the door, and Pedro had other thoughts. Of course, the 11 gets very tight when that happens, and up the track he goes. Here comes Pedro right around. And did I say this? If I did, oh, Lord. Under caution. It is Martinsville. I don't remember if I said Michigan. I might have.
Well, you know, they got the Martinsville dog, which is basically a Michigan dog. That's where it's coming from.
Yeah, maybe.
That's Vermonters, you know?
Oh, with the caution, good news for Kane as he goes around the pace car. He's going to get his lap back. And Nate Stewart been missing for a couple of weeks, I think, Rick, right? He comes back and now is leading the race. Led 20 laps here so far.
Yeah, Stewart, I'm pretty sure you're right, Chris, there, but really good to see that 13 out there running some laps up towards the front. That's exactly where he deserves to be.
Yep, very talented young man. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that, buddy. I only need about 48 more hours of sleep tonight, and I should be all set.
Could get that if you didn't win tomorrow.
Yeah, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to be coughing on air like that, but we're going to get through this.
I feel for you because now I'm worried because I was out sick on Monday. I came in Tuesday, and although that's when you kind of started there with the stuff, you know, with your head cold. That change of weather in Vermont, man, you got to love it.
Oh, yeah. Get you every time. Yeah, we're going to get set to go back to green flag. Got a couple of cars coming around the pace car. And the lights on the 2019 Ford Mustang GT go out.
Pace car's off. We're getting ready to go green as they come out of turns. Right now, heading on down. There we go. Stewart getting a really good restart there. Chris Zachary Killer, a little wiggle out of the front end there of that number 14 machine.
Yeah, a little bit of a wheel spin out of the 14 to really giving the 13 a chance to kind of break away. And here comes Garrison trying to get it done on the outside. Tough spot to do it. Can't do it. Pedra gets really tight, works his way up the track, and that's going to allow the 43 to sneak by the 11 and to the inside. So Adrian Pedra trying to get involved. Garrison back to the inside. Maybe righting the ship here as he pushes up a little bit. The trick here, Rick, you have to be very patient. You have to let that heavy car float through those corners. If you try and get on the gas too much, it's going to happen every single time. Just like the 78 just had. You're going to push up towards the wall. You're going to threaten yourself with contact. And the 28 just did the same thing. So these cars get very, very tight. You have to let them kind of get almost to the point where they're straight before you get back on that throttle. And you got to feather into it here. You can't just hop on that gas pedal and mash it to the floor. It won't respond.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what you're racing. I mean, you know, SK modified, Tour modified, they all do the same thing around this track, man. It is very tough. These guys got to, like you just said, just get off the gas, let it roll through. 14 is Zachary Taylor getting a little impatient, being like, okay, hey, listen, Stu, you're going a little too slow. Let's go.
Terry, that's unkind and untrue. I don't blame Miller Lite one bit. I do, however, blame myself because it's obviously been too long since I've taken a trip to see the doctor.
The who?
Doctor
who?
Dr. McGillicuddy.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Zach Taylor in the 14 doing a good job running in second spot. He's got Wagner right behind him. Wagner pushes up a little bit. Oh, Wagner going sideways. Thomas Wagner hard into that inside retaining wall, and he is hurt again. So that car, it was a brand new car, and it is gone. Thomas Wagner bringing out the caution. We'll go to instant replay. So heading into the turn, comes out of it. And just what I was talking about, Rick, got to feather into that thing, and you have to wait until you're straight before you do, or else that happens. Rear end kicks around and into that inside retaining wall. Hopefully he let go of the steering wheel. Hopefully. Hard impact for the 43 on the inside retaining wall. And we're under caution here on lap 48. Everybody coming down pit road, save one. Derek Garrison staying out, track position. He's got a lap lead, may come down pit road this time. Smart move to get that lap lead point out of the way. It's early on enough in the race. And I swear, Wagner has another car out there. That thing looking fresh as a daisy in the springtime.
Yeah, definitely on my screen doing the same thing.
Pace car peeling off onto pit road, and that is going to allow Garrison to pick up control of the field. Garrison staying out on that caution. Gives a little bit of a wheel spin, but otherwise a really good restart out of Derek Garrison.
It was a little scary there for a second, Chris, but not for very long. I mean, Garrison doing a great job out there. The 14 is racing on the inside right now. The 13 is Stewart. Kind of has that preferred lane, but man, Stewart really making this thing work.
Yeah, doing a good job. And now it's a battle for second between the 13 and the 14. 13 of Nate Stewart, 14 Zach Taylor. The 13 has, oh, I was going to say he has a slight advantage, but the 14 of Taylor is fighting back on the inside. The inside is the preferred line. We're watching this battle for second place.
Taylor finally able to get around Stewart there to take over second position, but man, let me tell you, that 13 he's not happy about. He's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna get back there. Gets into the little back bumper there, just a little bit of Taylor. That's gonna allow Troy Leonard to get up there. Oh, 13 working on the inside there, got a little bit loose. Stewart able to get around. Whoa. Man, it's so tough because you want to pass, and everybody thinks about the corners. That's where you want to pass. But usually in Martinsville, man, everybody just hangs tight through the corners, and they try to stop a car or two on the front or back stretch. Right now, though, Garrison doing a good job holding these guys off. He's kind of actually happy to see these guys racing a little bit behind him. Stewart sitting there in second, Zachary Taylor third. Troy Leonard's running in fourth. Adrian Pedra, that 78 machine, running on top five. Then you get Thomas Wagner, Joshua Kane, 6th and 7th. Doug Heston finished 8th tonight. Got involved in that first auction there. Not able to continue, and Christopher Tate never took the green flag, so he's going to get a DNS tonight. And now we got the 13. He's working hard on Garrison right now on the inside.
And the 14 was taking a hard peek on the inside along with him, but now, ooh, a little contact. Short track racing right there. That's going to send Garrison all the way back to fourth spot as the inside lane formed a train. So Nate Stewart is your race leader once again. Stewart has led 33 laps so far here tonight. Leonard with 15, Garrison with 10. And Garrison doing it with old tires, Rick. That's pretty decent. That's hard to do here.
That is very hard to do. He's doing an outstanding job. I mean, he fell back a little bit there. Garrison sitting in fourth, but
it's still early on enough. I don't think that's going to be an issue for him.
no.
He's obviously been fast. He's been in the top three most of the night, and now Troy Leonard has worked his way back in. Nate Stewart, pink U.S. Air Force machine. Honestly, has a very good chance of winning tonight. He's been very smooth in the time that we've been watching, and that's what it takes to win here. You can't jostle the wheel, you can't jostle the brake and throttle pedals. Stewart seems to have it figured out very, very well. Of course, he's fast anyway.
He is fast, but you're absolutely right, though, Chris. Martinsville likes the drivers that are slower but consistent. That's what's going to win the race here.
Try for too much too soon, and around you'll go. Looks like the 14, Zach Taylor, starting to get tight. He's starting to fall back away from Stewart just a little bit, and as I say that, he starts reeling him in, but see, he's driving into the corner a little deeper than Stewart. Stewart's getting a good drive off from the corner, and that's what opens up that gap coming out. Look at the gap he's pulled now. Half a second lead for Nate Stewart.
That's pretty big here in Martinsville.
Yeah. Up to 0.6 of a second, just a lap later, so Stewart really is getting it done out there. 14 trying to find his groove. He is fast. Got away from his rhythm a little bit, I believe. Trying to gather it back in. Ooh, comes into that one sideways. Don't want to do that too many times, Rick. You start really hurting the tires. And you see who's going down the backstretch completely sideways.
And that's definitely not good. It's fun, but it's not good.
Nerve-wracking. Troy Leonard being very consistent on his lap times as well. Troy actually, last time by, fastest car on track. That consistency really does pay off here.
Almost him. Like I said earlier, once you find your marks, you hit those every lap. Take it a little easy in the corner. You don't want to go flat out. If you go flat out into the wall.
Josh, you don't worry about it, my friend. You get yourself better. That's way more important.
Yeah, that's number one. Like we talked about, hard to focus, man. I mean, you gave it. Martinsville, one of those races, man. You don't just jump into it when you're not feeling well. It takes a lot of concentration, But man, I hope you get better. I look forward to seeing you out on the track Sunday. Get some rest tonight and tomorrow, and be ready for them trucks.
The 7th place finish for Josh Kane. Can't go no more, and I honestly can't blame him. I was kind of surprised to actually see him out there, like I said, after seeing he was getting IV fluids.
There's sick, and then there's I'm going to the hospital to get IV fluids because my temperature's high and I'm dehydrated.
Stewart still up front. And still under the 21-second mark. Top 4 drivers can all say that. But only one of those top 4 drivers can say this: I have 40 laps on my tires, and that's Derek Garrison running in 4th spot. So Garrison holding speed, and he's doing it with old tires. He does have a bit of a gap there between himself and Troy Leonard. Ooh, Garrison.
Guys.
Ooh, this gets very sideways.
Very sideways. He's one of those guys though that I love, because he's one of those guys that I like to refer to as the diggers. Like, no matter how far back they are, no matter what's going on, they just dig. Try their hardest. And Garrison's very good. We talked to him a few times in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I like that kid. I think he's a very good driver. Very respectful. 14 really getting it loose now, and 45 maybe starting to look to capitalize, because, man, he just closed on that rear bumper pretty good going into that turn. Down the back stretch to 45, able to just let it roll a little bit better than the 14 right now. The 14 may have burned the tires off. This has been the longest green flag, so.
He's been burning them things up, man. Every time he comes out of the corner a little bit sideways, doing a good job hanging on to it. But, you're only able to do that for so long before the tires say, man, sorry, sir, no more.
Well, the bad thing about not having a lot of cars on track, not a lot to talk about. The good thing You usually get some nice long green flag runs. What's going to stop a green flag run when you have short drivers, Rick? Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a lack of concentration. We may have seen that a couple of times already.
I mean, right there, Wagner coming out of the corner, Chris, slipping and sliding all over the place. I mean, you're right. I mean, when that happens to you, as you see, he's starting to slide right through the corners now.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
The wall. The setup, obviously, not to his liking.
No, not at all. I mean, preferably for me, I mean, I would want tons of cars on this track right now because it's going to keep you alert, keep you kind of aware. Here with just so many, no cars. I mean, especially Stewart's just starting to pull away. Unless he catches some lap traffic, he's in that danger zone. And he's got Peter there just ahead of him, so. But it is very easy. Yeah, sliding all over.
And now into the inside retaining wall. And that's going to bring out caution. I'll go back and take a peek. You see the 43 just ultra loose there. His tires obviously burned up. And gets into throttle and then into the inside retaining wall. Spins it around. Tries getting it back up under speed, and this is the part that is very interesting because even coming back up to speed, his tires are so gone, Rick, back into the inside retaining wall.
No grip left. Probably feeling kind of like I did when I left work here today. I went around a corner. Had to order my tires soon. That's all I got to say. Because I went around the corner and my truck made some noises that a Chevy don't normally make. You know what I'm saying? Smoke rolling off the tires.
What, the engine was running?
Oh. You Plattsburgh yesterday. Yeah, there. There, that's what you get for tapping on the bow tie. Man, it's been a crazy week. I mean, we made it though, brother. Made it Friday night, Relentless Racing, Xfinity Cars, Paperclip. I won't lie, I did not have a hot dog tonight for dinner. I had a hamburger. It was good.
Did you go to Five Guys?
No, I can't go. I've eaten so many calories there now, thanks to you, that I think I'm good for the rest of the year. Although, I'm just saying, Monday through Friday next week, if you want a peanut butter milkshake, you let me know and I'm going. And I don't want none of them larges either. I got that, one of those lemonade cups from the fair, the big ones, the tankers. Yeah, I'm bringing that. I'm going to be like, here's $10, just fill this up with a peanut butter milkshake. That's all I want. And you know what, they would probably do it.
If you haven't had a Five Guys milkshake, you haven't lived. Rick and
If you don't know what Five Guys are, it is a burger joint. Everybody knows. I mean, Vermont was the last state to get one, I think.
Yeah.
But man, you're talking about that now. How late are they open? It's Friday night. They're down by Burlington, which is a party. I'm looking this up right now. I might have to step away from the mic, but
Yeah, if you do it, I'll take a chocolate peanut butter. I think that sounded really good. Steph said that today at work.
yeah. I didn't even think of that either, dude. Oh, they close at 10. I got 10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes. Yeah, man.
Make it to Church Street in 10 minutes. Illegally driving down Church Street, of course.
Back under the green flag we go. Nate Stewart. A good job out of him. Leading the way, the 14 is Zachary Taylor, holding on to second. 45 of Troy Leonard. Running in third, Pedra is in fourth. Garrison falling back to fifth spot.
I mean, now that I'm looking at the menu, I think I need to go there about 11 more times. But I want one of everything. I don't know what I'm going to mix bacon flavor with. I think I'm going to have a vanilla bacon milkshake. Maybe the salted caramel. Or the cherries. Oh my God.
Vermont was the last state to get running water.
Yeah, we were. That's true. We just got that last week, actually. It's kind of cool. You turn on this little knob on the thing that they call a faucet, and stuff comes out. I don't have to pump no more. But hey.
Well, did you hear about that thing they were bringing because of the running water, right?
No.
I think it was called a toilette or something like that.
Oh. How much room do I have to make in the outhouse for one of them?
I don't know. Hey, after that last damage, Thomas Wagner's still on pit road trying to get that thing repaired. He's down 9 laps right now. So we got 5 cars on track.
And all 5 cars are on the lead lap. Listen, we might have just got to run water, but let me tell you something. And the 5 guys. That's the best. We were going to go to Chick-fil-A because we don't have one of those here in Vermont either. None. 0. But there is one across the pond. Gotta take a 15-minute ferry ride over there, but hey, it's worth it. But we pulled into the parking lot and we're like, no, we want to eat tonight, not tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they were busy.
That's just because they're new. That's like when Wendy's came up here. Well, Wendy's, you know, we talked about that there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wendy's still dominating.
We need more Wendy's.
We need more Taco Bells too, because I think there is
one
in the state, and that's way down south.
No, sir.
No?
That means there's 2. If there's definitely one down south, there's definitely one in St. Albans.
Nope. Closed.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I said Taco Bell last night when we were like, what do you want to eat? Yeah, let's go to Taco Bell. I went to made it home though.
The only problem I have with Taco Bell is you order
15 minutes later,
and then you order again, and then you order again. Each time, 3 tacos a shot. It's not until you smarten up and get a burrito or something where you start getting full. Even then, you can house like 3 or 4 of them suckers.
you know what I really like from Taco Bell? Like really? It's the only thing that I go there for, really. I used to. Is their hot fire sauce.
I agree.
And like, what do you want? Baja Blast and 35 packets of hot fire, whatever it's called. Fire. I think it was called fire.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, give me that. Just gonna pour it in the Baja Blast.
32 ounces of hot, please.
Whoa, the 14. Whoa. Zachary Taylor hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on, but falling a position with Troy Leonard.
Oh, we might actually have to talk to Troy tonight. Hear that, Troy? Gonna have to get on TeamSpeak.
Won't do it.
Nope.
Garrison sitting back in 4th spot, Rick. And earlier on, he was able to lead about 10 laps. Now running in 4th out of 5.
And I got to admit, those pink numbers look actually pretty good on that paint scheme.
Yeah,
I like that.
Always a treat to see that paint job out there. Thank you again
Definitely.
for running that one again, Derek. Good to see you. And it looks like the 43 maybe blowing up on pit road.
Yeah. He's grilling some of them Martinsville dogs there on the engine.
Stoking the fire. Heavy coal in the 43.
Yeah, not for nothing, but if you look at the cars that are neither not on, well, they're not on track. You got 2 Fords, a Toyota, and a Chevy never even made it.
Yeah.
He did come out here for practice, and
Proving my
he said, nope, this ain't for me. I'm out tonight, boys. But there's 2 Fords, only 1 Chevy. I gotta get a picture of you in a Chevy hat. That's what I need.
You know, never, ever, ever,
You want to make a bet?
ever.
Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna bring you an ice cold, caffeine-free Diet Coke, laced with NyQuil. When you fall asleep, I'm putting a Chevy hat on you and I'm taking a picture. I might make it even really good. Since you want some chocolate, I'm gonna get some X-Lax to melt in there too.
Oh boy.
So you're gonna be upstairs sleeping, and I'm putting a Chevy hat on you.
You ever want to pull a dirty prank on a bunch of coworkers? Here's what you got to do.
Oh.
You get the chocolate flavored X-Lax and you bake some brownies. Don't need to go any further in that description. And just know that a lot of people won't like you.
Well, Monday, if I were you, I would stay away from the brownie. The 14 was just dirt racing around that corner, man. How he hung on to it, I do not know. Ooh, bumps into Garrison.
Ooh, and again.
Oh, boy.
Now he has to get him. Oh, no, they come to a complete stop. And Garrison has to back up, but that brings the caution flag out. So we'll go back and take a peek.
There's going to be some water flowing in somebody's face tonight.
14 goes sideways. The 11 gets underneath. The 14 gets back underway. And a little touch there. Trying to get back to the inside. And they both come to a stop. No harm, no foul there, really. I mean, you gotta get the racing in while you can. But the 11 very lucky to back up and not get into Phaedra.
Ooh, Terry, that sounds good. That sounds real good.
Rick, what kind of roll do you prefer with your hamburger?
What do you mean? I come from a poor family from Vermont, dude. We had white bread, and that was your hamburger bun, your hot dog bun, your grilled cheese, your sandwich bread, and sometimes it was garlic. And on a real special treat, like if I was a good boy and I actually cleaned my room, my mom didn't have to do it for me, I got a little bit of sandwich bread sprinkled with sugar and cinnamon, a little bit of butter. Yeah.
My favorite bun for a hamburger is bacon.
Bacon bun?
Just bacon. But I agree with you. I'm going to throw one more thing out there. My mom used to do this when I wasn't feeling well. Tomato soup. You know, I dig my crackers and my tomato soup. But when I was growing up, yeah, you're right. Okay, so we didn't have a ton of money. We wouldn't use crackers. We used a little bit of that white bread. You tear it up into pretty good sized hunks and you throw it in your tomato soup.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And if I was a bad boy and I didn't eat, like, you know, lunches and stuff.
Did you get spanked?
No, the sandwich bread turned into croutons for my salad. I'm just kidding. I love my parents. They did a really good job. But it's true. That's how I grew up, man. I mean, sandwich bread was everything.
Yeah, amen. I was right there with you.
My favorite thing with tomato soup is you make the cheese and you got to do it perfect. So when you fry it up a little bit, you want to get it golden brown, but you still want that butter to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you pull that, and you got to use like 3 pieces of cheese, so that way when you pull it apart, it gets real gooey. And you dip that in your tomato soup.
Got to try this, Rick. A little fresh mozzarella. Just throw it in when the soup is hot. Give that sucker a stir. And that'll break up that mozz. And it is spread through the whole soup. Oh, my Lord.
I'm pretty excited. One day at my prior job, I wasn't feeling good. I went up to Shaw's and they had this soup, and they only had it one time. So I would go there every damn day because I wanted the soup again. Now, a lot of people don't like kale, but I love kale. I don't like it raw. I mean, if it's cooked into something, or if I put it in my smoothie.
They had this green, Rick, and we are
kale and sausage.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
just going to heal about my kale and sausage soup, man. We're going to be making that this weekend. Ooh, sausage, baby.
Top 4 drivers trying to battle it out. Adrian Pedro working the inside of Garrison in the 11.
And Garrison's got his hands doing a good job out there.
Man, speaking of hands full, Zach Taylor has lost the ability to drive that thing, man. He is all over the track, all the way back in the 5th spot, and really having difficulty getting around the track. But Nate Stewart up front.
You know, one thing I love about Zachary Taylor, Chris, he will give me live updates. I don't know how he does it. I don't think he drives in VR, that's for sure. He'll send me updates. Every race I get him, every Friday night. He basically just told me on TeamSpeak just a few minutes ago, he's like, Rick, it is looser than out here. He's right.
Yeah, it's funny. He actually sending me a message too. That was the stage.
I mean, one thing we didn't look at tonight, here we are, we're in Martinsville, Chris. It's just under half a mile track. We got 220 miles. It's 108 miles, or 220 laps, 108 miles. We haven't talked about this at all. That track temperature sitting at 113 degrees.
Going backwards on track, Rick. Able to get it going before the caution goes out. But again, this setup giving these guys fits. Sorry, continue on.
Yeah, I mean, that track temperature, I mean, that's something we didn't talk about. 113 degrees, that air temperature only 65, so that, along with the setup and the way that these guys are racing, I mean, like you said, you know, usually if you have 15, 20, 30 cars out here, the racing kind of slows down a little bit, right? Because everyone's trying to fight for that same position. And, but with that track temperature being so warm and so few cars out there, these guys are running as hard as they possibly can, because you don't want to lose, you know, that racing. You got to get into, you know, you got to try to keep up with each other, or else you're just out there turning laps, which a lot of these guys are doing right now. But very, very slick out there. That's just that's tough.
Nate Stewart, Troy Leonard, Derek Garrison, your top 3. Big separation between Leonard and Garrison.
It looks like Zachary Taylor's packing it up, getting that hauler loaded, and heading to Bristol.
And then there were 4 as Thomas Wagner on pit road, but has been there for about 15 minutes. Well, it's going to be a good points night for these 4 drivers. Even Taylor, really a 5th place finish. Nothing to worry about there. Why not call it a night? You're not going to finish any worse.
You know what Taylor just told me? He just sent me things like, I got some wheel issues going on. I got smoke coming out of it. I don't want to push it too awful much longer. Great job, y'all. See you next week. That's not good.
No.
That's not good when your equipment's smoking. I mean, when you're out there on pit road like Thomas Wagner, you know, your car's smoking a little bit.
Yeah, that's bad. But when it's happening in your room,
it's a little different. I mean, we don't need to pull no Denny Hamlins. You know, you don't need to like try to rush out of your house, crawl through your window, Dukes of Hazzard style, while your house is burning down because you're in a sim race.
what would you do if you were in VR and the damn wheel was on fire?
Well, it depends. Do I have a head cold like you, or can I smell the burning electrical smell? Because the burning electrical smell is pretty potent, and you know that anywhere. If you smell it once, you'll smell it for life.
Oh, I can smell it just by talking about it.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, we got to smell it there. Was it this week? A week from melding together.
Yeah.
I think it was this week. Tuesday. There's nothing like good old Kentucky round steak with ketchup. Okay, the ketchup I had an uncle who put ketchup on everything. I'm talking with his grilled cheese. Now, I've had it with grilled cheese before because that was a thing on the farm. I never understood it, but I did like it. Put it on mac and cheese, which I tried that once, and it's okay. But I would go over there, and he would be like, yep, neighbor killed a cow, so we're going to have nice T-bones or ribeyes or, Leonard, some kind of good steak, porterhouse. And he's like, Like you want sauce? I'm like, no, man, this thing's like salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder. It's all good. Dousing it with ketchup. I'm like, really? Don't put ketchup on steak, man.
When my wife and I went to Sweden, you want to talk about putting ketchup on everything.
Yeah?
No, they don't actually use pasta sauce on most of their pastas. Now, if you have a lasagna or something, okay, you're gonna get pasta sauce, but I'm talking spaghetti, I'm talking macaroni, stuff like that. They will use a ketchup that's been watered down into a sauce-like consistency. And at first I was a little, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. By the end of that trip, boy, not only did I have a nice new appreciation for spinach, which I still eat consistently to this day, but I haven't had better pasta.
Really? With ketchup? Do they like season it or anything?
Yeah, there's some seasoning in it.
Okay.
It's watered down is the word I'm going to use, although I don't know that it's just water, or maybe they have something else in it, but man, unbelievably good. And then you get done with the pasta and you just slurp that sucker down.
I don't know. My cousin, when we were growing up, she would eat tomatoes like there was no tomorrow. When we're picking tomatoes out of my grandpa's garden, I swear to God, she would eat like 30, 40 of them, okay? We'd never touch ketchup. And then all of a sudden one day she's like, I don't like tomatoes. She's drinking ketchup like with a straw. I just don't get it. Same thing. She loved cucumbers, hated pickles. I don't know.
Well, Nate Stewart going around Pedra in the 78. So, of the 4 cars we have running, 3 of them on the lead lap. Pedra having a hard time handling this car. Very unlike him. He's a good driver.
I mean, it's going to be tough for the track times go up that high, Chris. I mean, number one, Martinsville kind of beats up your tires a little bit anyway.
Kentucky round steak. I get it. Baloney. Thomas Wagner, who's not on track, wants to come on up, so we're going to invite the driver of the 40 through. Probably done for the night, I'm assuming. Tom, what's going on, buddy?
We got like 30 minutes of repairs.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Absolutely horrible handling car. I got to redo the setup for this track if we come back here next season, if we have a next season. It's redlining like halfway down the straightaway. It's not feeling right in the corners. It's weird.
It don't look comfortable driving. I mean, it doesn't take very much to be able to say that. I mean, a couple of guys have kind of got the setup figured out. You can see it happening on the track. You know, you got Stewart and Leonard kind of just taking off from everybody. But even then, you get 29, 30 laps, and it's pushing hard. And they're doing everything they can to keep the thing straight.
Yeah, and they might be fast, but even they're saying it's just complete garbage.
Yeah, it's not difficult to see that. You know, these guys doing what they can with what they have. And honestly, you know, it happens from time to time.
What gets me is that track temperature. I mean, I just saw it jump up to 114 degrees and it stayed there for a couple laps, and then it fell back down to 113. I mean, to have it that warm, and granted, I understand, you know, air temperature when it's 65 degrees and you have an asphalt track.
Pedra just connecting with the wall, pretty solid there.
Yeah, he's not happy at all with that car. But when you're out there, I mean, that track temperature seems like it's a little hotter than what it really should be in maybe real life. Hard to tell. I mean, asphalt gets pretty warm.
As you're talking, Rick, I watched it bounce back up into the 114, so that's definitely part of it. So a little bit more gear in the rear end and a little less temperature might straighten these things right out. Or rather, a little less gear. So, Tom, a little bit of a short turnout tonight. Is that because of Martinsville, or what's going
I
on there?
personally think it's because of Martinsville. I was trying to get people, and they were just like, nope, nope.
I mean, it's a fun track if you get a good group of guys out there. I mean, it is a short track, and not short tracks aren't to everyone. I mean, I personally dislike short tracks. I mean, the NASCAR style dirt tracks I could deal with. Martinsville, Bristol, Iowa. I like it a little bit more than like Five Flags or Thompson, anything like that. But I don't know. It's tough.
The whole thing is, nobody wants to run Martinsville because everybody wants to drive over their head, but when they don't realize is it's the fun of Martinsville. Even though I'm currently wrecked out, I had a lot of fun. I'm probably going to get back out there and have a lot of fun. I don't know.
I think people look at a short track and go, well, it's a short track, so it's easy. When in fact, I think it's the other way around. You get into Daytona or Talladega, the only key there is don't get into the guy in front of you or behind you or to the side of you. Martinsville adds wicked braking zones, being able to roll through the corners, throttling back up the correct way so you don't spin. There's more technicality to a short track. And if you don't do it every week, or if you kind of bypass that part of iRacing, or you don't do it in real life, I think it's tough for drivers to kind of get a grip on exactly what they're supposed to be doing out there.
Oh, I would 100% agree. It's something that I struggle with myself. Just trying to find a good line to run and just trying to get into that habit of this is where I need to be, this is where I need to brake. It's very hard for people, and Martinsville is one of those tracks where you have to be on it. Like, you have to be on your A game.
Yeah, you can't take a lap off. You just can't. You can't take any corner off. Even the straightaways, both the front stretch and the back stretch, you have to be setting up for those turns. You don't have a lot of time where you're full throttle. And as soon as you think you are at about the peak, man, you're right on the brakes already, and you should be on the brakes and rolling through that corner.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
So, a lot of technicality to these short tracks, and like I said, some people, they look at it and go, well, it's a short track, you just drive and it's good. You put it to the inside and that's good. And well, yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that. I fancy myself a lover of short tracks, so.
I personally think we're going to have a lot more people next week at Bristol rather than here. Because here's flat, it's very hard to get around. It's very hard to pass a little bit here, more than it is Bristol, in my general opinion. Bristol's just a better track because you can carry more speed in the corners. You can do a lot more things at Bristol than you can Martinsville, because Martinsville you're always on edge.
I like Bristol. Sometimes you get a full 2 lanes that you can drive, especially towards the end of the race. Until then, you've got about a lane and a half, so you got to kind of pick your battles. But Bristol, like you said, does afford the opportunity to pass and have some fun. Got to watch out for them walls. They do get tight there, though. Nate Stewart coming back, running pretty well here tonight. He's holding on to the car. He's led 132 laps of the 158 we've completed. Troy Leonard, number 45, behind him has led 15. Derek Garrison, who's running in third place right now, has led 10. And Garrison, for a little while, seemed to have really found his way, but hasn't found that rhythm back again, and that's a lot of it too. You know, and all the talking about what it takes to get around these short tracks, rhythm is part of it. Find some similar music and follow that. That's always been a little help for me. Get similar beat music and run that sucker around the track, and you'll figure it out.
I'm just looking at Troy Leonard and Nate Stewart, and these guys are synchronized. It's scary.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Stewart is starting to push a little bit, and that's common at the end of a run. You start seeing a diamond formation coming through the corners where you enter low, the car floats up high, you're able to turn it just a little bit more and start getting down the front or back stretch a little bit quicker, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's performing a diamond out there. You see him roll up, but he comes right back down, and as he's coming down, he's on the throttle. That diamond pattern's so good for short tracks, especially here at Martinsville.
I think my problem here tonight was I wasn't doing that diamond pattern in the
Caution out on the corners,
and it just wasn't good for me.
Well, Adrian Pedra missing a hood, front bumper clip. Go back and take a peek.
Derek Harrison's also missing his front clip.
Yeah, and these two are racing together on track, so let's see if they got together. 78. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they get together. Oh, yeah, they get together. Pedra able to spin it around, keep it going, but heavy damage between those two cars. And Terry, yeah, you're right. Short track road takes a lot of focus. That's really what it comes down to. You have to be mentally prepared for it. And 220 laps around here, it'll beat you up. Not so much physically, although it will do that too, but mentally, man, you come out of this race, you're fatigued. Stewart with a great pit stop. Comes in first place, leaves first place. Troy Leonard right behind him. Garrison going to come out with a brand new, shiny number 11.
You know, I gave these guys two fast repairs tonight because I know this is Martinsville. We're gonna breed cautions all night.
That's a good call. Typically, that would keep people in the race a little bit longer. You know, the sad thing, we were talking about it earlier, Tom, is the more numbers you have on this track, the better the racing actually gets. Because it's hard, because like you said, it's hard to pass here, but it keeps you more focused. So in a way, having short numbers is actually helping those cautions come out too. Tell you who's not having that problem though, it's Stewart.
I believe that having short numbers on short tracks and road courses, it makes it a little boring for the drivers. It's more of like for some of our newer drivers, it's kind of a, hey, these are the older drivers, let's see how they run this track, and then they bring it to another track, and they can really blossom off these short tracks and road courses, just driving with everyone around them. That's mainly how I would do a lot of my league races. I would only run the short tracks and the road courses, just to learn what racing around these other drivers were. And then the next season, I would run the full schedule.
Yeah, short tracks often breed that close driving that does make you so much better. And Garrison with a really good restart there. Kind of cheating the system a little bit. I love it. Coming to the inside, Troy, Leonard, and Garrison taking over second spot. Nate Stewart with a great restart, and he's got a little bit of a gap already, 0.4 of a second as they head into the turn number 3.
60 laps to go. This race is flying by.
Well,
60?
Yeah, half.
No, I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, you are. That's okay.
That's 50.
Fitting right in the booth with the good Common Core math. Know what you got to do. Get a piece of paper, sharpen a pencil. Okay? Start drawing a lot of lines. You need 220 lines. And then you need to write 220. And there's other stuff there too. I don't know. I didn't get Common Core math. And then when my daughter came home with it the first time, I said, what the hell is this? The answer is 4. And I can do that in about a half of a blink. But it takes you an hour to get there. I don't get that kind of math, but yeah, it was 50, now down to 48.
Yeah.
Take something simple and make it complicated, and then wonder why somebody can't learn it. I don't know.
Welcome to the United States, my friend.
I'm just happy that I had a cold Sam Adams beer in the refrigerator and I found a package of Nutter Butters, so that's all I'm doing. You guys keep it up. I'm just enjoying my snack.
Stop making me laugh, Rick. It hurts.
Sorry.
Are you like dying? What happened today?
It's not today. It's been all week. I've tried to hide it as much as I can on the other broadcasts that we've had, but it's
here full force.
Yeah, it's coming hard.
Go drink a whole bottle of Dayquil.
He's already been doing that.
I'm gonna try with the Dr. McGillicuddy and see where that leads me.
What Dayquil do you use? The Severe Plus Mix?
It's the gel cap day orange stuff. I don't know. Whatever the wife throws at me.
All right, I'll take that.
McGillicuddy's could be fun though.
Yeah, until tomorrow morning when I'm all dehydrated too.
Well, now what I'm thinking, Saturdays are usually, Chris and I are off, so we can capitalize that. We work 4 hours, we go home, we usually take a nap for 3, and then we wake up and say that we should be doing this, but then we start playing games. He breaks out the 5th in McGillicuddy. I'm in for a wild ride tomorrow. That's all I know.
I don't know that I have a full bottle, but I have enough to help the sniffles, I think.
We do work right down the road from a liquor store, I could make a run.
How's that going, by the way? You never talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's busy. There's no doubt about that, and my brain is stretched to the absolute limit, and it's about to get even busier. So it's been good. I tell you, if you ever want to really challenge yourself, start a business. I don't care what field it is, and the challenges are real. And getting the right people is the most important thing that you can do.
That's the hardest part. He's still working on that. I heard this one guy, he's thinking about he started thinking about firing me. He's just trying to figure out how to do it nicely.
So do you guys do like collision and auto body repair, stuff like that, or are you
No.
just like a mechanic?
No auto body. We're full on mechanical, and it's a big shop, 6,000 square foot shop. Nice 5 lifts, and beautiful little waiting room. The waiting room is the smallest part of our whole shop. It only holds about 4 people. I can fit about, if I do it right, I can fit about 20 cars in the shop. So it's big, but full line mechanical. My good friend Jason and I went to college together. Terry out there says I'm still looking for. God, Terry, stop it! Damn it! But yeah, it's just mechanical. We do engine swaps, tranny swaps, obviously brake suspension. Big thing up here in Vermont, of course, is undercoating. You know, they use the salt slurry up here to try and clear the roads,
Right.
and it is the worst possible thing for your car. So good wintertime advice, guys. Check your coolant, check your battery, and get that damn thing undercoated, because it will eat the car from the ground up, literally.
Got a good battle going on here.
Yes, we do. Garrison's found that rhythm that I was talking about it one more time, and he's holding on to the back bumper of the 13 of Stewart. And that could shape into something pretty decent here. He is locked on.
For the record, Eric, just to bring this back up, check my integrity a little bit. I wrote 2 ROs today, and I didn't get yelled at. I learned how to bill out some stuff. I made the company a lot of money because I know I screwed that up. It's okay. As long as we get the check, it's all good. I've dealt with some really crazy customers on the other side of the stuff that I was hired to deal with. So,
Yeah.
You know what's a bad day in EMS? When you get no calls, no transports all day.
then you got
You
the
get
rookie
home.
going, boy, it's mighty quiet here tonight. And next thing you know, you're
that
up all
happened.
night.
No. That didn't happen. But I mean, it happened, but it didn't happen like that. I get home. You know, it's like an hour before practice starts, and I'm like, all right, let's take off my uniform. I hear
Never
tones
do that.
drop. I hear tones drop, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I turn up my scanner, and I'm like listening to it, and it's one of the firehouses by me, another EMS station, and then my station. So I'm listening for the location, and it's literally right up from my house, like right up the road. An MVA with entrapment. So I'm like, fuck. I guess I'll go to scene. So that's how my night was.
Duty bound. Gotta go. Actually, do you have to leave the house? I know if you're passing one on an accident, you have to stop. But I don't know. Do you have to actually go out from home?
No.
No.
I just did it because
It's the right thing to do.
both EMS units were about 20 minutes out. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was okay. Everybody was alright. They had no neck, no head, no back pain, nothing like that. So all was good.
Good for you, bud. That's actually a very commendable thing that you do, fire and EMS. It's pretty awesome. I know Rick's done it. I had thought about joining fire. I just don't really have the time, never really have. My grandfather was a volunteer fireman. So we all do it volunteer up here, except for a very couple of stations. So I would have been really cool to kind of follow my grandfather. And that said, I really do like starting fires, but I do it responsibly in a fire pit.
All right, can you say that again while I'm recording? Just for future.
Okay, you let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
In a fire pit, I like to,
No,
in a
don't
fire
use
pit, start in a fire pit, fires in a fire pit. I hope you got all that.
No, I recorded it from last time, so we're good.
Oh, Garrison with a little wiggle coming out of the corner. And Pedro with a
He's
big wiggle. Adrian Pedro trying to hold on to the 78.
That part, he's got his hands full. He's had them full all night long. That 78 just not happy out there.
So, Tom, a lot of pink out on track. Was that something that you guys had planned on, or something that just kind of happened through the nature of the guys out there?
No, honestly, it's just the nature of the guys out there. Honestly, I'm very impressed with everybody that they do this. And it amazes me that these guys just come out and do this stuff, and it's great every week that I see this.
Garrison touching the wall, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Really, if anybody knows anybody or has suffered from breast cancer, it's pretty awesome to see even on their own accord. So many members of the league dropping that pink right here in October. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, these guys always do like a good job of really promoting certain things, and they do an amazing job.
All right, well, to that, I'm going to throw out a challenge to you for next week in Bristol. There's one sign in Bristol on the wall. As you start rounding into turn 1, I think. Yes, it is. It says JDRF on it. JDRF is a cause that I ran on every single one of my cars. Thomas Wagner, I challenge you next week to run JDRF. Juvenile diabetes. I am challenging you.
Consider it done.
I happen to know where there's some cars already. Oh, actually, not with these paints though. Shoot, that's the new car.
Yeah, the guy that used to paint those cool paint schemes that were like out of this world and worth millions of dollars a piece.
Yeah. Hey, Rick. About that last message, yeah, let's do it. Might as well bring him up. Zach Taylor. He's been out of the race for a little while, hanging out. See if he's up there. Zach Taylor, Christian Rick, and Tom up in the booth. Got a copy. Well, bud, we got Tom's idea on how the car was. Let's hear it from you. You can say whatever you want.
It wasn't fun.
Hey, let me help you.
It was fun, but it wasn't fun.
There you go. That's a nice way to do it. Now, I understand there was some smoke, and I don't mean from under the hood.
Yeah, I've kind of got that cooled down now. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's never good when your wheel starts smelling electrical, bud. Is it, what kind of wheel is it?
G29, electrical.
G29.
Yeah, it kind of explains it. Should brought the Fanatec out for tonight, but.
Now, as long as you have a second wheel, you'll be good to roll out for next week. But just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for next week.
All right, bud, Bristol.
Yeah, head out to the home track next week.
Oh, okay, right on. Well, I'm glad nothing serious happened there, man. It's so funny, but, and I hate to do this with Tom in the channel, but it's, whenever I hear stuff like that happening in the real world during a race, I always think back to Tom breaking his damn arm, thinking, God, sorry, bud, but it's like, stuff like that happens in the real world out of this sim, and it truly amazes me. And Nate Stewart gonna come down pit road with no, I'm sorry, that was Pedro. Well, fuzzy brain. 78 bringing it down. 13 laps to go. He's probably just said, all right, I've had enough. I'm 4 laps down. So it's top 3 cars, and while we were talking, Troy Leonard was able to get around Garrison. Garrison was fighting for the lead, but then we started seeing him get a little bit loose and wasn't able to hold on to it. And Troy Leonard was able to get around him. We've got to get Troy Leonard.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to get Troy Leonard up here. I'm just looking. Mr. Wagner's in Pennsylvania. Troy Leonard's. So listen, you got 12 laps to get down to Troy's house and get him on team speed.
Terry, wheels? We don't need no steering wheels as long as we have an Xbox controller. It's better than a phone.
You don't race with an Xbox controller? I thought Chrissy told me that's the only way to race on this thing. Did I have the PS4 one?
10 laps to go here from Martinsville. And it's been a hell of a night, these poor guys. Oh, look at this. Wagner sneaking out back on track, thinking I'm not going to notice. Tom Wagner, 125 laps down, comes out with 10 laps to go. Make it 9 as Nate Stewart crosses the start-finish line. Rick, might as well get Pedro up here. We'll talk to him, too.
Well, you see, the only problem with that is, Chris, I talked to Pedro, okay, a little bit, and I got an interview from him, and it went like this. Ready?
Yeah.
It was, well, Rick, the track, and the car, my pit crew, and I hate Kyle Busch. That's all it was. Well, we can bring him up.
I'm
He's here.
surprised
Let's
it was
do
that clean, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Mr. Adrian Pedro, you got Rick Miss, Zachary, and Thomas up here in the booth. We're bringing you up to the party, buddy. How you doing out there?
It's kind of rough out here.
It looks like you guys are racing on a dirt track out there. You're slipping and sliding all over the place.
For sure, not my ideal type of handling car, but
Well, we see you back out on track, Adrian, and normally we wouldn't bring you out, but, you know, what the heck. Tonight's kind of an odd night. We'll just roll
having
with it.
fun.
That's it. That's it. So, car, definitely not to your liking. We've seen that pretty much all night long. And, you know, other than that, I did want to just say, hey, thanks for the paint job, man. It's pretty cool of you to run that pink all over that thing tonight.
no problem. It was fun making the scheme and running it for the entire month of October for this series, so it's not going anywhere.
That's awesome, bud. You made that one yourself?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Came out great.
Good job.
Thank you.
We only got 2 more drivers here in TeamSpeak, Rick, so we're going to let them go because, well, Stewart is looking like he's probably going to end up winning this one. Troy Leonard running in second spot, but 0.6 of a second is the gap there. Derek Garrison going to be finishing in 3rd place, it looks like, tonight. So you guys don't typically get to join us here in the booth. Is there anybody out there that anybody wants to thank?
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and thank all the guys over at HDM. Hammer Down Motorsports, they do a great job every week, working on getting to the Road Pro Series next year and possibly Pro in 2 years. If it wasn't for them, I probably would still be on iRacing at this point.
That's pretty cool.
Final lap for Nate Stewart as he's on the backstretch. Stewart was able to figure this one out early. Guys, we're going to hop you on out of here as we get ready for the post race. Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck going into next week.
Have a good one, you guys.
See y'all next week.
Nate Stewart, your race winner here tonight in number 13. Troy Leonard in 2nd spot. And Derek Garrison rounding out the top 3. A good win for Nate Stewart. Much needed. After spending the last couple weeks out of the race.
Derek, come on up. Where were you, man? You could have came in.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, man. Championship race over there Sunday night, Blazing Pedals. Get a good friend and our brother Terry Foster up in the booth with us.
Ooh, look at this. He has got the front wheels locked up perfect. He is doing great donuts. I think somebody's happy. Even on an off night like that, I think somebody's happy.
And his tires hung on for that long, so I think he's burning off the additive that's on there. He's like, yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. My tires are just about blowing.
Yeah, this car was great. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Looks like he rented that thing from Avis. He got the insurance, folks. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Great job from Nate Stewart. Well, I don't think we need to step away, brother. I think we just got to get Derek Garrison up here.
Yeah.
Derek Garrison, driver of the number 11, bringing out the Turn 3 Racing Network with the 11 all pinked out. Well, bud,
I like it.
It was a tough race. We know that. But a 3rd place finish nonetheless for you.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Oh,
Yeah, 3rd place.
yeah, you sound
Kind
tired.
of difficult. Yeah, it's kind of an exhausting race there. Got pushed around a little too much tonight.
Well, nonetheless, he did bring that thing home in third spot. Wow. You know, you kind of surprised me last Sunday night, but this is a surprise too. Bringing back the Turn 3 Racing Network scheme. I like that. Anybody out there, Derek, that you need to thank for tonight, brother?
Thank y'all for Turn 3. Let me put your logo on my car there. I really like running this car. I like the colors. Of course, I like y'all too up there broadcasting. And
Oh, man, we appreciate it, bud. And can't wait to see you out there again.
yeah, man. See
All
y'all
right.
Sunday night.
Yes, sir, brother. We will see you there. And you have yourself a good night, bud. Congratulations once again on that third place finish.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
You too, bud.
Yeah, bud.
Rick, I don't know. It says TeamSpeak user.
I confirm this, okay?
All right. Take it away, Rick.
This is exciting.
Take it away, Ben. Take it.
TeamSpeak user, I'm just Troy Leonard. The Troy Leonard, folks.
What's up,
Here
guys?
on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. I don't know how to turn this applause off, so you're going to have to deal with it for a second.
What's going on, guys? Good to hear you. Good to speak with you.
Troy, man. Now that we know what you sound like, I don't know why you've been ducking us, but you have been ducking us really hard. Congratulations on a second place tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look, it sounds like you could be in the booth.
I haven't been dodging you. I just haven't got around to speaking with you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You've come close many times, and usually when it's kind of a running joke. I'm sure you watch the broadcast after we do them, right?
Yes, I do. I enjoy you guys. Great job.
So, I mean, we love you, man. You're out there. We're like, okay, Troy Leonard's in third. He's going to have to talk to us, so you watch this, Chris. I said, I guarantee he's going to fall back. And usually something happens, and you do.
Well, I wish, but, you know, I never try to finish fourth, put it that way.
No, you do a good job, man. And listen, congratulations out there tonight. I'm so glad that we got to talk to you. Number one, I got to ask you. So you run Coke products on your car. Do you work for Pepsi?
Nope. Don't work for Pepsi. Don't work for any cola soft drink company.
Now, you know, no disrespect or anything. That was the rumor that was going around, that we were told one night in chat that the reason why you run Coke products on your cars is because you work for Pepsi. And I was like, well, listen, I drink both of them. So I don't, you know, when I do drink soda. But, you know, so it was pretty cool, man. So listen, congratulations out there tonight. Obviously, the track was pretty tough, huh?
Yeah, it's always a tough track, but for some reason I run well at Martinsville, always have, so I enjoy it. I know a lot of guys don't like it, but I tend to run well here.
Well, excellent, man. Listen, you did a great job. Is there anybody on that number 45 you need to thank here tonight?
No, not really. Like I said, it's still a Coca-Cola company. I switched from cola to water, something that I actually use, so I'm happy for that.
But, you know, it's cool because Smart Water is one of my favorite waters to drink. I mean, the next one from there would be Fuji, but the colors on that car, very sharp. So you did a good job picking that paint scheme, but congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And that is the infamous number 45, Troy Leonard. Finally getting a chance to talk to him, man. That is pretty cool. And that leaves us with one person to talk to, Rick, and it is the race winner tonight. Driver of the number 13. Oh my, it is Nate Stewart. Nate, congratulations on the win, brother.
Thank you.
Well, listen.
You gotta sound excited, man. You just won Martinsville, bro.
I hate Martinsville. I really do.
Well, with that said, it's a much needed win for you. Definitely going to help you out in the points after not being around for, I think it's been like, what, 2 weeks since we've seen you out there?
Yeah, last race I was able to do was Las Vegas. I just got a lot of stuff going on, and I would just race when I can, and I mainly just race for fun.
Well, I don't blame you there, and obviously winning is the most fun you can have, but definitely tough out there tonight. The car wasn't really responding correctly. The track, if you don't like it, it can be a bear. but bringing home the 13, first place tonight. Got to feel pretty good about that. Anybody on that thing that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, the U.S. Air Force, Exalta, Light Technology, pre-built gaming PCs, DJ Harris Designs. Make sure to go check him out because he painted this. Actually, no, DJ didn't paint this car, but he's my main paint guy. And then the dude that painted this car was Victor Valley, so go check out V2 Design as well. And since it's October, obviously the car was pink, so the Susan G. Komen Foundation, make sure to go donate this month and all that. And thank you guys for broadcasting, especially sticking around for such a small field we had tonight, which honestly that sucked. But Thomas for putting on the league and everyone that showed and stuck around tonight. Even though we only had 3 lead lap cars at the end, it was still a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah, and that's the heart of racing right there. It can be 2 cars and you can still have fun, man. So you did it tonight. Congratulations, brother. Man, that was fun for you.
Yeah, man. Thanks again, guys.
All right, Nate Stewart, your race winner tonight, driver of the number 13, bringing it home, and that is going to help him out in the points, as he hasn't been around for a couple of weeks, and now we know why, Rick. He was just busy.
Stuff like that kind of happens. Real life's got to come first, brother.
Absolutely. And speaking of real life, we're going to get right back to it right now because this one is coming to an end. Make sure you tune in Sunday night. It's going to be the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series. Hopefully, I'm feeling a little better by then, but we'll see about that. Rick, let's call it a night, brother. We want to thank everybody for coming out and participating in this Turn 3 Racing Network performance put on by the Relentless Racing Series, their Xfinity car series, right here from Martinsville. We really do appreciate you guys taking time out of a Friday night. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, everybody, and have a good night.
Good night, all.